great axes in WuChangfallenfeathers, even though I was hesitant about them at first, you know, because you know they attack slow and everything, but they are very powerful, and I had no fear going against, you know, red-eyed enemies and you know some of them, you know, stronger even regular enemies, because you know, see even here, I have no fear. I go in there, GI Joe, gung ho, take out these red-eye enemies. You see right here, the cave, there's two of them. You know, I came in there a little bit and I was like, okay, you know, I'm just going to throw a dagger at the one up there on the stairs. The one at the left, he's going to start dashing out at me. Bing! See, look to the left. Here we go. Here he comes. So I, you know, get away from the other one. That way I can face them all. You know, 1v1. Yeah, I really didn't like axes at the start of the game, you know, just because they were slow. You know, basically the most powerful weapons in the game, you know, especially because of their blunt attack, which, you know, you just get that blunt attack while you're attacking, you know, and swinging, and, you know, your fourth hit, you know, with the light attack, with the right node in the skill tree, you get 3 Skyborn Might, where with the longsword, you know, okay, you get 1 Skyborn Might after 2 hits, and then, you know, you get the rest, you know, later on after you finish. And look, going up against this big dude right here. Yeah, he didn't stand a chance, because it's like, you can stop their attack, you know, kind of basically stun them for a second. Yeah, right now, oh, I know what I'm doing right here. I'm going after that, you know, I'm going to pick up that Greataxe. See, you know, attack that little sucker behind there, because he'll blow himself up. See, and there's the Greataxe, which, you know, I didn't mean to put the location in there. You know, it's a great powerful axe, you know, buff with fire, but it's like, I have trouble using that Greataxe against the tiger, you know. It's like, okay, after like 5 attempts, you know, it's like, pfft, tiger was kicking my butt, so I switched back to the Empyrean axe, you know, buffed it with fire, and I beat him, you know, the very next round. And here I'm fighting Vermilion Feathers Hongun with the Empyrean axe. I'll go ahead and let that battle play through. You know, while I'm smoking a cigarette here. Yeah, she is still tough, and I even went to using that rampage, because after you make your hit with it, then there'll be, you know, green down, you know, below your stamina bar, and while that's active, every hit you make on the enemy, you'll get a little bit of your health back. Yeah, of course, you know, I still panic dodge. See there, I used the Demon Bane Strike that I got from the Fine Mansion. Come on, honky, honey. See, you shouldn't have got the feather thing, you know. Yeah, I'll explain more about, you know, the main axe, you know, for the video, but the Empyrean, you know, it is my favorite, and the RedCoil axe that you get from, you know, the DLC, you know, if you have the, you know, the Ultimate Edition, you'll automatically get it, but if you don't, you can upgrade. See, I made the dumb mistake, you know, when she had her wings folded like that. Yeah, but I did still beat her here on this one. See, whoop, got her with the Demon Bane again. Yeah, I just totally went right after her. Oh, I hit her with the Demon Bane again. It just came down, you know. Obliterate. Done the Empyrean attack. Going after her. Oop, 1 minute. See, I made that dumb mistake again. Oop, almost dead. Oop, dodge, dodge, dodge. Attack. Bam, got her. You know, nice lucky kill there. And here I'm showing going against Bo Magus. So right at the beginning, you know, get your obliterate on her. And attack her as much as you can, and then she's gonna do her little thing where she goes up in here, and then she'll put out her shield and all that crap. See, she's putting out the shield. Then you run way out to the end. Wait for her to stop. And here's, you know, near the end, using the Echo from Vermilion Feathers twice to totally take her shield off. See, I used the moon, you know, avoid her, you know, stupid minions that she keeps summoning because she's annoying. See, I had to back off and heal. Yeah, done echo of Hongolin again. There, went after attack. Dodge. Dodge that, and then bam, get her. I skipped out because I did do obliterate, you know, 3 times. Now here's these guys. They're totally annoying. I hate them. You know, they're a pain in the butt. So you go right after him with the RedCoil axe, because this is when I started using it when I got in here to bow capital, so that I could get the feathering up. These two I always used to just run by them, so I was like, screw it, I'm going right after them with the axe. Bam, just take them out quick. Okay, here I got to this big guy right over here. You know, after I, you know, changed out my pendants. Here, take that big guy. Here, take that and that and that. Ooh. You like it? You like it? There? Yeah? There you go. And continuing on with the RedCoil axe, you know. Took out that red-eyed lady and then went after, you know, the inner demon. And right here, because of these 2 big guys fighting. Doing my temperance, and I took a lantern fruit. And my stamina. Attack them both. You know, almost down. Take him out. There we go. It shows how OP axes are, you know, especially, you know, the RedCoil with the right setup. Okay, here in the Forbidden Lands, I already took out the first one going after these 3. Because pay attention, underneath, you know, the health bar, you'll see red pop up. And it'll number from 1 to 5. Every 5 hits, it'll go up another number. And with Skyborn Might and Feathering, you'll cause more damage. That's a little secret I found out from someone else. So I kept spamming the weapon skill. And then took out all 3 of these, you know, real quick. In the next segment, you know, I'll be talking, I'll just tell where to get everything and, you know, show it set up. And there we go. Got all 3 of them. The RedCoil War Axe from the DLC. Along with, of course, Twin Infant and Fiend Felon I used to beat the final boss. But you have the Coil Dragon Pendant. And the Kylan Pendant, which the Kylan Pendant you get from defeating By Crew, you know, at By Mansion. After beating the tiger, don't take the Storyteller's option, go through the cave to Fairy Overlook, talk to the boatman, go across, you know, to, you know, By Mansion, where you'll pick up Demon's Bane Strike, level 6 feathering, you know, really good. And then fight the By Crew, and then you sell the item from, you know, By Crew to, you know, the one-eyed merchant guy to get the Kylan Pendant. The Coil Dragon Pendant, you get that from, you know, Commander Honglin in the shaft before you fight Perfect Bride. And, of course, you also get the Crimson Pendant, you know, there, too. It's behind a locked door, which, you know, you take a different route to go around, and then it'll be on the ground, you know, by that locked door. So the following clips will be fighting the White Robe Elder and Demon of Obsession, you know, the 2 hardest bosses in the game, using this axe. Of course, against Demon of Obsession, you know, I almost, you know, got killed and had to back off and heal. So, enjoy, and my stats are showed at the end of each one. Okay, White Robed Elder time, you know, Eternal Glory, Zhao Yun Spirit. I always had a tendency to panic dodge, so, you know, I won't do anything perfect. So, well, here we go. Now to the beating, I'm gonna, show my build, the armor I wore, the pendants, and then show, everything else, while in the shrine. See, there's the armor, the pendants I used, and I didn't even use, any of the magic. And they're showing my total level and everything, and come over here to the shrine, get logged into it. Of course, first I'll show the temperance. Of course, feathering, feathering needle, strength and feathering. And then the one for increase strength, and I use, the mastery set for disciplines. And then everything on the skill tree. Because I got feathering to 95, and I think I had strength at 54, and I got all the health and stamina I could. And going along the left side of the tree, got the feathering and the one node for when you're above 90%. Your final strike gives you a little bit of healing, and then that node were 50% and above, more attack power for feathering. And there you go. White robed elder, all done. Now for the demon of obsession. Yeah, I always had trouble with her.
Complete by you. It's time to
And here
bring
we
you
go.
home.
And now with the defeat of the demon of obsession, you get a Mercury essence for level up, and you get her armor, which is pretty cool looking, And now I'll show everything I used with it. That's right. Yeah, there we go. I'm about to show it. There we go. See the RedCoil axe. There's the armor ore. Same pendants. I used the demon bane on her, and I used them other two items. Bring back stamina. And then now I'm gonna, run back over to the shrine and show the rest of the build. The temperance, the benedictions, of course, which are, the mastery set, for known discipline skills, which gives you like about 40% more damage. See, like before the same. Benedictions, the mastery set, and then everything, on the skill tree. All the feathering, everything in the axe. I went through the left side of the longsword, to get those featherings down there. And then the left skill tree to get everything on it, and, the featherings over near the end. Well, I hope you all enjoyed, the video, especially the two boss fights with Elder and Demon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye, everybody.